In the heart of Baltimore, a chilling pattern began to emerge. Not isolated incidents, but a relentless wave of terror washing over unsuspecting neighborhoods. Homes, once sanctuaries, were being violated with brutal efficiency. From quiet suburban streets to bustling urban blocks, the calls flooded 911 dispatchers, each a desperate plea, each painting a picture of fear, violence, and the terrifying realization that no one was safe. Over a short, terrifying period, Baltimore was gripped by a spree of violent home invasions, leaving a city on edge and demanding answers. Who were these intruders, and where would they strike next? Initially, each home invasion was treated as a separate, horrific event. But as the 911 calls mounted, a chilling uniformity began to emerge. Detectives on the ground, often overwhelmed by the sheer volume of cases, started to notice eerie similarities. It wasn't until the Baltimore Police Department's dedicated crime analysis unit stepped in that the true scope of the crisis became clear. Sergeant Lena Hansen, a veteran crime analyst, described the pivotal moment. "We started plotting every incident on a map. What looked like random dots quickly coalesced into distinct clusters. Then we cross-referenced modus operandi reports. The patterns were undeniable: forced entry through specific weak points, often rear windows or unlocked side doors. The targets were consistent too: easily pawned electronics, jewelry, and cash. And the timeline? Almost always between 8 p.m. and midnight, preying on homes they believed to be occupied or recently vacated." The target demographics also began to reveal a deliberate strategy. Certain types of homes, specific income brackets, or even families with young children were disproportionately affected. It wasn't random. It was a calculated campaign of terror, moving from neighborhood to neighborhood, leaving a trail of shattered lives. The realization was stark. Baltimore wasn't just experiencing a spike in burglaries. It was facing an organized, violent home invasion spree. For the victims, the psychological scars ran deeper than any broken window or stolen possession. One victim, who wishes to remain anonymous, recounted the sheer terror. "It's not just the stuff they took. It's the feeling of never being safe again, knowing someone was in your home, your sanctuary, while you slept, or worse, while you were awake. The profound violation of personal space, the feeling of vulnerability, and the loss of trust in their own neighborhoods spread like wildfire. Fear, a tangible presence, began to settle over Baltimore. Neighborhoods, once vibrant and open, grew quiet after dark. Doors were double-locked, windows secured, and every unfamiliar car became a source of suspicion. In response, communities rallied. Neighborhood watch groups, dormant for years, sprang back to life. Meetings were packed with anxious residents demanding answers and action. Calls for increased police presence echoed through city council chambers. The home invasion spree wasn't just a series of crimes. It was an attack on the very fabric of community safety, forcing residents to confront their deepest fears. With public outcry reaching a fever pitch and the patterns undeniable, the Baltimore Police Department knew a new approach was needed. A specialized home invasion task force was swiftly assembled, bringing together detectives from multiple districts, crime analysts, and undercover units. Their mission: to put an end to the terror. Lead Detective John Riley, head of the new task force, understood the pressure. "We couldn't treat these as isolated incidents anymore. We pooled resources, shared intelligence, and began to work in a truly coordinated fashion. We saturated vulnerable areas, conducted covert surveillance, and meticulously tracked every lead, no matter how small. We knew these perpetrators were bold, but they weren't invisible. It was a painstaking, relentless pursuit." The task force employed every tool at their disposal: enhanced forensic analysis of crime scenes, extensive witness interviews, and even undercover operations designed to gather intelligence on potential fencing operations for the stolen goods. The net was cast wide, and the pressure mounted. The message from the Baltimore PD was clear: these invaders would be found, and they would be brought to justice. As of early 2026, robberies have fallen 46%, and violent crimes have fallen significantly as well. The home invasion spree was a stark reminder that our homes, while symbols of safety, can also be vulnerable. To help safeguard your sanctuary, we asked Officer Maria Rodriguez, a community safety expert from the Baltimore Police Department, for some practical advice. First, ensure your doors and windows are secure. Use solid core doors, reinforced frames, and install deadbolt locks. Don't forget ground floor windows. Consider reinforced glass or security film. Second, lighting is your friend. Keep your exterior well lit, especially entry points. Motion sensor lights are highly effective. Third, consider an alarm system and put up signs. Even a visible "Beware of Dog" sign can be a deterrent. And finally, get to know your neighbors. A strong community watch is one of the best defenses against crime. If you see something, say something. Your vigilance helps keep our city safe. Protecting our homes and communities is a shared responsibility. We encourage you to subscribe to True Crime Baltimore for more community safety updates and to stay informed. If you have information about suspicious activities or crimes in your neighborhood, please report it immediately to your local police. Stay alert and stay safe.